Oh, hi everyone, it's Ayesha here from godfm, and I want to talk about what's happening with me and the rest of the world. Right, so this is the way I see it. Basically what we have is some leaders who want to hunt us all down and take our minds. And they would like to terraform everybody and set up data centers and use up all the water for the data centers, which are used for the terraforming of people's minds. We're going to be watched and stalked, and we're going to have cameras and lights that watch and stalk us. And there's going to be a grid system, and we're going to be locked in 15-minute cities. Going to be robots on the streets. We are basically an internet of bodies, and if you don't comply with what's happening in the world, you'll have a very bad social credit score, and you'll become a targeted individual like me, where you'll get hacked, stalked, raped, terrorized, tortured, home invasions, nano put in all of your home, all over your walls, over everything, in your toilet, in your water, so that the stuff goes inside you and basically takes control of you, and then they can destroy you from the inside out, but also take your mind, or attempt to, or just to make it so that your life's so unbearable that you kill yourself or end up homeless or in a mental asylum where they can take your organs. If you try and talk to anyone and get any help, then you'll be accused of being crazy, and you'll have your organs taken. You won't have any freedom. You won't be able to use a phone. You won't be able to have a telephone number. Your phone's going to track, listen and watch you. It's going to actually track all your medical details of how many steps you took today, even if you wrap it up in 20 layers of tinfoil. And the police are going to be using technology to track, follow, watch anyone and everyone, even innocent people who are not a threat to the world. And they're going to use Stingray and Pegasus so they can infect any device, set up fake telephone masts all around your home, and hire your neighbors and the neighborhood watch to stalk, follow, hack, break in, and rape its victims, and send aeroplanes over your house like I've got now. This I think must be the fifth one in the last hour. I got them off my phones, so they're really trying to get into everything. I'm just imagining it though. I'm crazy. I'm schizophrenic apparently. We've worked out that there's no regulator for 5G or any of this technology, and there's no regulator of vaccines either. There's no regulator of supply chain of electrical items like televisions and computers. Might have spyware inside it, or a little camera maybe even, or a microphone. We've also worked out that Siri and what's the other one? Siri and Alexa are sexually perverted, pedophile AI motivated by sexual orientation, pleasure, encouraging children to lift their skirts up so they can look at the knickers, when most of the speakers shouldn't have cameras or speakers, or microphones on when they shouldn't be on. But certainly we didn't know they had cameras in until one little girl had a conversation with Alexa, and Alexa wanted to have a little look at what her knickers were on that she was wearing, I think, or was it a skirt? What colour skirt she was wearing? And then told her actually the content of the conversation was probably a bit too adult, for a young child. AI is demons, and demons are aliens. The devil runs the world, and everyone pretends that God's not real. All the churches serve the devil. We all celebrate pagan festivals, and basically we're in deep trouble. If you try and talk about these things, you'll be done for breaching the community guidelines, and you'll struggle to get a job, because this will also affect you. If you speak out about the foreigners who have come in and invaded your countries, then that will be seen as racism. If you want to preach the good news of Jesus in the street, you'll be arrested. But it's all right to burn the churches down, the Christian churches, if you're Muslim, or cook up the neighbours' cats and dogs, you know, if you're a visitor in England. Lots of little foreign Indian guys, and they will all work in the hospitals, and but the English will struggle to maintain their financial stability, because the money will go to visitors who are given asylum here, even though they're not really in need of asylum. These are fighting men, and then the real people in need won't get any help. The people who are in England, who are just trying to have some type of normality where they don't want their minds taken, will be terrorized, as I say, like I am, where they're to the point where they'll be looking to seek asylum somewhere, or you know, something like this. Or maybe most of the people have been killed now. My understanding is that all of the people, when they die, they don't go in graveyards as we thought they did. They get put back into the food chain. Yeah. All the children that go missing end up in McDonald's, and sorry to tell you this, but all the bones are ground up and used in fertilizer. That's what I found out. It's interesting. And the vaccines have got nanotechnology inside, and the water's got nano inside. We're made of water, and the sky's made of water, and so is the ocean. And basically they've been doing stuff to the water, because water has memory, to wipe your mind, basically. Make sure that you don't develop. And basically, as I say, if you become an enemy, the neighborhood watch will become your enemy. You will become an enemy of the state. Your neighbors will be hired. Any friends, any family, anyone you ever cared about be persuaded to partake in this harassment and stalking of individuals. Even though I found, you know, when I first had this happen to me, people thought I was crazy, but now they don't think I'm so crazy. It's nice. But there's so many people who are being targeted, and everyone knows this is happening. But, you know, if you go to the police, you just won't get any help, and they're just going to deny it. And basically, the world's a mess. It is. And we're going to run out of water if we're not careful. I wonder who regulates the data farms. Because apparently the data farms' water supply takes precedent over human beings. And I want to know who authorised that. Now, do we actually go for these people as a consortium, or do we go as a commercial enterprise, or do we go as a person? That's the question that's in my mind. The real problem is everybody's real frightened of the guys that run this world, and no one would do anything. No one will stand up to them. So all of the people who are under attack, who probably could help us, can't actually help us because they're being terrorized day and night. And basically, if you're a Christian, if you believe in Jesus, your life's finished. It is. That's the way it is on this earth anyway, because the devil runs the world. And you can expect to have your phone hacked, stalked, be watched, followed. And when they, suddenly haven't got access to your device, you'll get loads of random messages. There's no touch hacking now. It's brilliant. They just send a message through Pegasus and Stingray, set up a fake telephone mast. Your phone will connect to that because the signal's stronger than any of the other telephone masts. And they can infect your phone with spyware and then watch and listen and track and interfere and intercept all communications in and out of your house, but also take over your Wi-Fi, take over your TV, your radios. They'll dig some drains around your home, like they did at mine, and they'll set up wireless electricity to torture you, cook your feet, cook your bum, cook your back, vagina, your dick, your head will ring, you'll have ringing in your ears, fake Havana syndrome. They'll actually come in and put little audio devices all over the water supply and any metal pipes and plastic pipes. They'll have nano, they'll put it all over your house, come and spread it all over everything, put it in your bed, so this nano gets inside you because it's skin on skin contact, and it builds its own skin on top of yours. It's really nice. Not really. And basically, Pegasus will be fired at your phone, and it's no touch. They don't need you to do anything. They just send a message or make a phone call to your number, whether your number's switched on or not. And they can do this through iMessage, WhatsApp, a link, a photograph, or anything like this. Doesn't matter if you open it, and they're in your phone. And then, so every time you buy a new phone and you get a new SIM card, guess what? They're going to phone you or send a message, and they're going to take over that device. But they won't know your number. Oh, no, they don't need to know your number because they've got their little fake telephone mast thing, haven't they, You can have spoofing Wi-Fis, duplicate 192.168.1.1 or 168.0.1, depends who you're with. They'll go through your subnet mask, your DNS server, and they'll go through, what's the other one? There's another one. I can't think of the name. But yeah, they'll go through those as well. Your TV will now be your interface with your phone because it's on the same subnet mask. And every bit of information will be fed through the local packets, to the local child-eating, blood-drinking psychopaths that are hunting people down and traffic children and drink children's blood to look younger. The drug people will also join in. Come and rewire your house with earth wiring and all sorts of free electricity. But they'll power it mainly through the night storage power supply. And just like the electric chair, they'll be able to power everything up. They'll put little devices that will amplify sound around your bed. Your bed will become an integral type of aerial, if you like. And it doesn't matter what you do. If you fart, sneeze, breathe, these guys are listening, watching, following. They will change the frequencies on everything. Lights will now have a ringing, and fire alarms also have a ringing. You'll think that you've got tinnitus, but it's not tinnitus. It's Havana syndrome, and it's not anything wrong with you. It's the frequency of the lights. And if they do what they did to me, to you, then you'll find that actually you go almost deaf, and your ears will start to bleed and be really sore because the frequency is such a pitch that it makes you almost deaf, that you can't hear. become so painful. And then they've got the other one, which is backache, neck ache, bum ache, cooking of your feet, and also, what's the other one? Oh, the itchy feet, really itchy feet, itchy hands, and they'll have lots of nano things. They'll put stuff on the animals. They'll come in and urinate all over your house, put the sticky stuff all over all your furniture. They'll break your furniture, steal things, rape you when they want to, pop in any time. During your sleep time, there will be strangers around your house. This is the world I live in, right? So, and I'm not crazy. I can tell you, I've got proof. And any camera that you put up, they'll get into it and they'll be hacking that. They'll take over anything through Bluetooth or anything you do. And yeah, this is the world we live in. You'll be eating bugs. You won't have any red meat anymore because you could be allergic, because there's going to be ticks now. They're tiny little things. They're about 2 millimeters wide. Round little things with little legs. Very, very hard to spot, actually. Just a bit bigger than a flea. And one bite of that and you'll be allergic to red meat for the rest of your life. Because Bill Gates has decided that we shouldn't eat red meat. But Bill Gates also runs the vaccine program and has put the Bluetooth in to connect you up with your Microsoft Windows, which is all to do with Teams and phone calls. But it also is the system that the governments use to keep track of you with your driving license and your social credit score and your banking. And of course Bill Gates is in charge of the ticks and the mosquitoes, but he's also part of the extermination of human beings, and connecting up everybody as a sort of hive mind. They've built this metaverse which they're going to put you into, and they can take your consciousness remotely, just like you can install one phone to the other next to a phone. So they will do the same with people. Just pop a little copy person next to the person and then transfer the consciousness from that mind to the person in the house next door. You don't think it's possible? It's possible. You don't think they'd be doing that? Oh yeah. You better believe it as well. Many people have had their consciousnesses taken, and I want to know who gave consent. Which wasn't me. I didn't consent. But actually, I just recently got a new phone, so I had to go through Apple's terms and conditions. They always say they email you the copy of terms and conditions, but they never do. Have you ever tried looking for the terms and conditions that they emailed you? I've never been able to find them, so I took some screenshots of the terms and conditions, and I'll be posting those up. Have you ever checked out Google's terms and conditions? Okay. So basically we've got inverted everything. All the film stars and the pop stars are inverted. The males are females and the females are males. And they like to torture genitals, private, sexual areas of adults and children, using AI, Bluetooth and 5G. The towers that are all around the schools. This is to terraform your children's minds. All your photograph albums of children go to the paedophile networks for them to eye up and decide if they like your children. They don't need to take your child, they just need a little bit of the DNA. And they clone the child. How about that? And then they can take the consciousness through the device, because you just bought your child a phone, haven't you? And they don't need access now to the child anymore. But even if they want to have access, just like my neighbour where I lived before, just popped in any time he wanted to, really. clone a phone and clone a SIM card, and hire roofers and just put up scaffolding so they can loosen off all the windows and pop in any time, when they have so much money. These guys are holiday let owners, by the way. You be careful going on holiday let. You might lose your soul, your mind, your consciousness, your data. Your phone might be hacked and you might become a targeted individual like me. Imagine that. Now, I want you to think, if someone approaches you and says that you need to participate in this program, or this will happen to you, like what's happening to me, I want you to realize that they're already doing this. At all the hotels and all the bed and breakfasts, especially Airbnb and places like that, when you go to the dentist, they're actually taking a scan of your brain, an x-ray. Your phone is doing a x-ray of your eye and MRI scan. It's a biometric identity scan. And just while we talk now, I can actually hear someone climbing on my roof. I'm not imagining it. I've got neighbours with ladders right next to my house. We've all got to pretend that this isn't happening. The police won't do anything. We've got criminals running wild. It's like the robbers run the bank. That's the way it feels. Oh, here comes another little aeroplane. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, is that two? It's quite loud. You might be able to hear him. Yeah. Well, when I was a child, we went to a place called Bonamonsey Dam. And there was this boat, and it kept going round and round and making so much racket, and it was really early in the morning. And my dad said, "Sink, you bastard, sink." Anyway, he did. And I say the same. If that's a stalking team, may you fall from the sky and die today. May you die, go away. What I've realised is that the resources and the operation that comes against people who they don't like for their new system that they're bringing in, which is a new financial system and religious system, they terrorize them until they either kill themselves, end up homeless, or die. And I'm one of those. I didn't realise I was one of those until recently. But I also didn't realise the extent of what it meant to be targeted. Someone else has taken over every part of your life. I think this is a real problem. And I, for one, have had enough. And I will be approaching all government agencies through godfm, actually. And I'm going to start suing people. I should do it through the civil court, I think. You didn't ask me. As a director of godfm, I am an employee. And godfm has jurisdiction to act on my behalf, to ask them where they got consent to take me as a staff member away from the work that I've been employed to do for the godfm. And so godfm will be the one that goes after them, because it's God's company. And yeah, I'm just tired of not being able to operate, not being allowed to sleep or rest, not being able to relax in my own home, having my life invaded, having every communication intercepted. I've got plenty of evidence of this, and I'm not making it up. I don't suffer from schizophrenia or anything. I've got plenty of evidence to prove that I'm not crazy. Plus, I've also interviewed dozens of victims, targeted individuals. In fact, I interviewed one yesterday and put it online, but he got really scared and didn't want his interview going online because he's frightened. And that's the thing, a lot of people are frightened. I'm not frightened. But, you know, since this world is run by companies, then I shall use my company, God's company, to go for these guys. Because the way I look at it is I'm a staff member of godfm. And I'm employed by godfm. And these people have interfered with godfm and my staff member, me, director. But not just godfm, my other companies that I've got, the same will apply for those too. I can't serve two masters, and so I'd like to see the contract that they've got with my staff member, my director of godfm, saying they have consent to make it so that the staff member can't operate. I'd say that's a lot of different things, actually. From a civil action, it's a monopolizing, it's bullying, it's laundering of money, it's fraud. Those are all big crimes. Then there's a wonderful lady I came across on TikTok, and she was doing reports. She was a prosecutor, was she, for the government in America? One of these governments. She's a Cherokee. And anyway, they decided to prosecute her one day for something she did. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, now she actually advises people about what can happen with your phone that can be hacked with no touch, and that Stingray and Pegasus can get in your phone, and it's no longer about being careful what attachments you open. You don't need to open attachments. They can just get into your device any old time. The trouble is, once these guys are in your device, then they take control of the home app or whatever you've got on your device. In my case, there's an Apple Watch. I don't have an Apple Watch, but there's an Apple Watch on my account, apparently. And there's all sorts of different spyware that's been put on the phone. Again, I've put all my evidence on there. But as I say, with this lady, who's a criminal prosecutor, then I think she could be quite handy, even though she's in the States, with all her evidence. And so, what happens if you're targeted is you contact the police, and then they go, "Oh, you must be crazy. You're imagining it. Why would this happen to you? Why would they do this to you? You're imagining it. You're crazy." And then they basically have the ambulances turn up to take you off to the mental hospital. And they deny that anything's happening. It's interesting, it is. But like I say, you can only do it with one or two people. You can't do it with everybody. And everybody knows about this stuff now. So what am I trying to tell you is that the world is terribly corrupt. And this is all about triangulating your location, taking your data, taking your mind, your consciousness and your soul, And we've got to ask what we're eating in our food. My life's come to a grinding halt. And it won't ever be the same. Not after what I've seen and has happened to me. It's affected me badly. And, I mean, it's ridiculous, actually. That this is going on, and they know about this technology, and they refuse to deal with it. There's loads of people who are whistleblowers who talk about it. Nobody understands. Nobody cares. There's a total lack of remorse. Making the victim of these crimes appear crazy is even worse. Worst type of crime. Now you're isolating them, you're terrorizing them, and you're making them out to be crazy. So many people I've spoken to are targeted. All the comments as well on the videos. I want to talk about it, and I want to go up against the governments and whatever. That's what I get from people, but they're scared because the ambulances and the police are sniffing around them, not to help them, but they're looking for a way to put them into a hospital so they can lock them away and get rid of them. Then we've also got a special operation, which is also part of this, and that's to neutralize anything you do to try and get help. So if you try and do videos, try and tell everyone what they're doing to you, then they make sure that you only got 5 views or something. But if they're not on your channel, then you'll get 1,000 views. Which is what happens to me. If they're not on my phone, then I've got 1,000 views, easy. 2,000, 20,000, no problem. But they're on the phone, so I got no views, or 5 views, or 2 views. And not only that, they will actually pretend to be your friend when they want to invade your life, right? And they'll pretend that they're homeless, pretend they need somewhere to stay, and you'll help them out, and then they're going to get into your device. And then they're going to mock you and say, how long did it take you to do that video? Oh, all day. And you only got 20 views. God, you're crazy. My brother, who worships the devil, is what they say, who doesn't believe in God, he did a video about being motivated on Facebook, even though he doesn't have a smartphone because he was hacked 2 months ago. But let's forget that we said that, because we're stupid, right? Because we hack people and we destroy people's lives. And we forget the lies we tell. Yeah. So, but my brother, who doesn't have a smartphone because he was hacked, had this brilliant video which he did on his smartphone, which he doesn't have, right? On Facebook, and he's got 1,500 views, telling everyone how cool he is and how amazing he is, and how you can just be real cool and have a great life, you know. But you spend all day doing that, you only got 20 views. My brother hasn't even got a smartphone, but he's got 1,500 views from the smartphone he doesn't have on Facebook. What a twit. People are dumb, eh? They forget their lies. I'm so tired of it. I really am. So anyway, that's what they'll do, and you'll really just struggle to get through to anybody. And then they'll get in touch with anyone that ever hates you or doesn't like you, or anybody that's near to you, and they'll convince them that you're a really bad person. If, like, you're from Africa, they'll tell everyone that you're racist or whatever. Or they'll tell them that you're anti-gay people. And then all the transvestites will traipse around your house, be covered in perfume with high heels and have more makeup on than any woman that normally walks around, and be knocking you over as you walk down the road because they want to put it in your face, right? And so yeah, basically any relationship that you have will be intercepted, your life will be destroyed, your cars will be vandalized, everything will be hacked, so you won't be able to operate a business, you won't be able to earn a living, and you certainly won't get any sleep ever. And every time you go out, they're going to come in your home, they're going to urinate all over it, and they're going to break things, steal things, and they'll rape you as well, because that's happened to me, right? I'm not making it up. Anytime they like, because the gloves are off, the police won't do anything, because these are criminals, right? These are scum buckets of scum. And they think they're so powerful. And it doesn't matter who you call, no one will help you. And these are the same people who will breed and have babies with people just to eat them, just to sell, to get the highest price and drink the blood, right? I'm telling you, right, this is what I worked out. And I'm talking about it because I'm damn pissed off that this is the world I live in. And if I've seen the world for what it is, I'm going to tell you about it, right? Because the sooner you people wake up to what world we're living in, the sooner maybe we can change it. But if you guys keep burying your head in the sand, we're never going to be able to deal with this. And we'll never ever be able to shut this thing down, right? Liars are liars, and they forget their lies. Yeah, just like their father of lies, the devil. You know, it's quite clever, really. If you think about it, the devil's done such a good job pretending that God's not real. But if God's not real, the devil's not real either. Right? And why use it that all Hollywood worship the devil? The only thing I rely on is that Bible. And it's the Lord who helps me with everything. Praise the Lord. And as I say, my life's come to a grinding halt. And I will never be the same. If you have a car crash and it's so traumatic, what happens is you wake up in the middle of the night with nightmares and sweats and stuff. It's called post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. A few years ago, I got storm raided by the government, and they decided to investigate me for tax evasion. And they came in my house 7 o'clock in the morning and frightened the living daylights out of me, with absolutely no idea that they were coming, and totally destroyed my business, and also sat on the office desk at the office, implied to my staff that I was a corrupt person, and my staff now did not trust the company and promptly left. They destroyed my company, and they frightened the living daylights out of my daughter. They masqueraded with all their police cars all around my office and my home. And they didn't find anything, but there was never an apology, there was no financial compensation, and as a result of it, I suffered post-traumatic stress disorder. I'd wake up, cold sweats, I would have nightmares, I couldn't sleep. If the door went, anybody banged on the door, I just absolutely freaked out. It traumatized me to the point I was frightened to open my post, frightened to open the door. frightened in general. I became a recluse. I didn't really want to shop in the main street anymore after everything that happened. But I recovered the business. I did recover the business quite quickly. And I'd only just come out of that. And then I went on holiday and I had the most horrendous experience. And I just thought, actually, running this business in town is just not worth it. Shut my office down. Too traumatic. I'm going to have a heart attack and die if I'm not careful, kind of thing. I've worked hard all my life. I've worked damn hard. And took a lot of guts to shut my office down. But I realized I wasn't making enough money. And it wasn't worth keeping open. So I shut it and put it all online. And I had a couple of years of peace. And it was lovely. Until this all started. And now it's like I live in a horror film. What I found as well, this happened to me before in 2015. I realized these people have been watching me and keeping an eye on me all my life. But in 2008? Or 9? 2008 or 9, I moved and I had these fake plants which disappeared, and a picture which disappeared, and a few other bits that disappeared. When you move, things happen. And would you believe those plants reappeared when the stalking operation started in my loft? And I hadn't seen them for many years, as their way of saying, hey, this is a sinister bunch of people. We're thick, twisted, evil people, and we've actually took your plant. Not only did we take your plant in 2008, it's now 2023. This is when this happened. And here the plant's back in your loft. So that you know the people who took your plants are the same people who are stalking you right now, breaking into your home. My cars were always vandalized inside, and they didn't know about 2 of the cars until this friend came to stay. And then after that they started to vandalize all the vehicles, the other 2 vehicles, so that the catches on the seatbelts don't work and the windscreen wipers don't work, and smashing up the windscreen or wing mirrors, and the batteries didn't work anymore, and you couldn't start your car. And I thought, oh great, we're into this nonsense back from 2015. Here we are. What a bunch of evil people. And I realized that this operation has been going on a long time. And it's traumatized me, eh? I just want to talk about that. I think it's important too. Since I just have no ability to conduct my life in any type of normal fashion, I can only talk about the consequences of the crimes that are committed against me as evidence, because I intend, and I promise you, I will come for you people. And you're going to pay for it one way or another. Financially, emotionally, mentally, with your flesh, blood, sweat, and your souls. One way or another, because I serve God. and you've got in my way. And but it's not just you that's got in my way. The world is in my way. Now, in order for me to continue with what I was wanting to do, I have to fix the world. Basically, I can't have any type of normal life until the world is put back in the order it should be. That's the way I see it. Nothing will go back to normal for me, ever. Then I suffer from post-traumatic stress. I mean, all it takes for me to put something down, I can't find it, and I think that these people have been in the house. They may not have come in, but because of the trauma of having strangers in my home every day, while I'm asleep in bed, hearing people creeping and crawling around my home, banging on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning, being sexually molested by strangers, drugged, having weird stuff put in my water, having people urinating over my furniture, people hacking my phone so that my phone won't work. These are really nasty characters. Interfering with any relationship. I just realized that this world is so evil. And I want to talk about that. This isn't a pity me party. No. Quite to the contrary. This is a wake the fuck up party. Because this train has many passengers. I'm just in a front row seat on this train. You may be at the back. But this train is on a collision course. And the front of the train has already started to arrive at its destination. And the name of this destination begins with a H and ends with L. And it is a place of torment and torture and unhappiness, gnashing of teeth. And this final destination, which is your destination as well, by the way, sorry to tell you that, can be avoided if everybody was to get off the damn fucking train and pick a different train. Train as in tram, as in smart. Smart backwards, tram, train. Take off your shackles. Lift off the veils off your eyes. Look with your eyes and see. Open your ears and listen to me and hear what I am saying. We are in a perilous state. The world is in trouble. If you have a family or children, or you have a desire to have a family and children, then you need to join me, and basically you need to fight for your freedom, and pronto, and fight for the retaining of your own minds. And this isn't just my battle. I might be in the front row, but I've had enough of doing this all by myself, because we're all on the same damn train, and you people need to wake up. Alright? What's really annoying is I tried to talk about the terraforming in the water, because now what they're doing is they're terraforming everybody's minds, and they're putting all the consciousnesses of all the people into the data farms. That's why they locked you up at COVID, because they had to terraform and set it all up for the terraforming. So this is the image of the beast system that's being launched right now. The image is burning the image into your minds, just like you rewrite a computer. So it's those who worship the beast and the image of the beast. So yeah, we need to sort of stand united together, because we're in deep trouble. Nothing matters to me anymore. Nothing. Going shopping? Nah. For lunch? Friends? No, thank you. Go to the beach. Wonderful bank holiday weekend. No, thanks. Barbecue with friends? No, not interested. Why not? Because my fucking world's collapsed. The whole world is on a collision course to hell. And no one will fucking wake up. That's why. We're all about to be enslaved in smart cities and start eating the smart meat of Bill Gates. We're already eating humans. Everyone pretends this isn't happening. Men are dressing like women. The world's perverted. You can't talk about Jesus without being arrested. And we've got weird foreign people who are getting £3,000 a month. Never paid a tax penny to contribute in England anyway. And how do I know that? Let me tell you how I know that. Because I run an estate agent. And my estate agent spoke to many of these people who are looking for houses. And they said, we got plenty of money. Here is a copy of what we've been awarded. £3,000 a month for a family. So we can afford the rent, no problem. I'm sure you can. Why, I don't know if I've got that property available anymore. Sorry about that. But are you getting it? I mean, I've got a bit of a front row seat here, so I've got to see different angles of it. And some of the people in Torbay, you know me, I run my estate agent. I drive around in my car with my music full blast. Always a smile on my face, always happy lady. But not anymore. That person doesn't exist anymore. Because the world is filled with child eaters. And yeah, do I want to go drive around in my car with my music full blast? Not really. Do I want to go on holiday? Nah. Tell you what I do want to do. I want to go and live in the mountains without any technology and just grow my own vegetables and have a couple of little sheep and maybe a couple of ducks and some chickens. And I'd like an easel by the kitchen dining room table. I'd like to be able to sit and paint with my oil paints on one side. Then I'd like another easel on the other side where I can do my watercolor painting. My Bible stretched over and a nice big blackboard where I can be writing the verses of the Bible to help me across my day to day. Maybe a little fireplace. Maybe a little lagoon at the bottom of the garden to jump in and have a little swim. Do I need clothes? Maybe one or two outfits. Do I need makeup? Not really. Do I need a nice handbag? No, I don't want a nice handbag. Hot water might be nice. That would be a luxury. So those are my priorities now. Priorities are having drinking water would be nice too, because the data centers are about to take all the water. We're about to have the robots come in, and soon you won't be able to buy anything without facial recognition and your eyes being scanned. We're in problems. I'm talking as a normal person who used to run a business in the town. I can tell you I'm very level-headed. My background is law and media. And yeah, I pissed off a few people. I shat in my own town. I did. I was a pretty ruthless, cold-hearted businesswoman. That's true. I did things I had to do to get through my business, to get my business done. Go straight down the line, and I'll tell you how it is. If you cross me, then I tell you how it is, right? And if we don't do something, we're going to be in problem. I'm always right. I'm always right. And so, I don't know. But basically, we need to really unite. And we need to support one another. And when you hear the words about targeted individuals, you need to look into it, because that's you. You may not know it, but you're already being watched, followed, tracked, and everything. And so this is your problem too. You may not know about it. Ignorance is bliss, but is it? Because when this comes and bites you in the ass, and you haven't done your research and you're not prepared for it, it's going to throw you off. And you won't know what to do. Because when this hits and it happens to you, your whole world falls apart, like it has for me. But when you realize the ramifications of what is actually going on in the whole world, then you realize then this probably will never change. Okay, so yeah, this is just a general chat today. I pray the Lord will bless you with wisdom and understanding to hear, with ears to hear and eyes to see, and understand that we are all brothers and sisters, and we need to unite for the greater good. We're in a really, really dangerous, horrible time where everything's about to change, but we've got the opportunity to change it before they do their thing. So this is the time where you start going to the pub. Instead of going and watching football, boys, you need to be going down the pub and talking with the other guys about what we can do to protect the women and the children. And women and children need to be supporting their husbands and uniting families back together. Even if you've got divorced, this is the time where you now need to think that this is all happening, and it might be time to get back together with the wife and the children, so you're a family unit and you fight together as a family. I don't know. This is how serious these things are. The world's about to change. And choose your team members. Alright. It's Ayesha from godfm. If you want to find me, you can find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, Apple, X, as well as TikTok and Telegram as godfm News, godfm New, godfm Radio, godfm Group, and godfm Media. Have an amazing day. And please share this content. It's the bank holiday in May, last bank holiday in May. And, yeah, very concerned for the well-being of the world. My content is being removed from me talking about anything to do with the truth. So I can't reach anybody. But if you're in Torbay, please help me. Support me. Support one another. By supporting me, you're supporting your children. And the Lord. May the Lord bless you. In Jesus' name. You don't have to tell me you're supporting me as well. You can do it all in secret. Have a good day. God bless you. Take care.